Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to the Autism Speaks Charity Classic. Here heading into the third round. Just going to keep moving along, see how we're doing. Alright, they are using the yellow tees, so I did say in the first round I think maybe they'll use the black and the yellow. I'll be super surprised if we see a green or a red. High winds, which on a course with all the water we have, it's going to be challenging. Fairways still stay firm. Greens are now soft, but the green speed stays at fast.
Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, and
alright, so letting you into my brain, which I know for some of you is like, please no, don't do that, and I don't blame you. Yes, I'm like having a spasm hitting my button. I'm really not. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm talking and just pressing the button. Because I see what I need to see. Like, yes, this is where I need to aim with the wind. But yes, just seeing the high wind, like a pit in my stomach forms instantly when I'm on a course like this. So when we're getting into, again, the mental game, which is a big part of something like golf, but really any sport, this is when, Stuart Smalley's, where I need to tell myself I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, but the opposite side comes in. I'm not up to this. I'm not, and that's the track that plays in my head. And that's what I'm fighting against, and that's part of my journey and part of my struggle. So that's fine. But just trying to be upfront with folks there, and we'll get going here. Okay. Solid shot, so that helps from executing, because again, the way I get myself out of that type of headspace, and again, that's fine, it's the roll. The way I get myself out of that headspace is to basically prove to myself that I do have that capability, that I am good enough, strong enough, and god darn it, people like me. If that doesn't make any sense, again, go look up Stuart Smalley from SNL long ago, especially if you're younger. So, regular is too far. We're going to basically be down 20. I mean, in theory, this is what I need to do. So we're going to go with that. So yeah, the other thing, and again, I'm going to clarify this. I just share the comments because they're there. It's something to talk about. I know some people hate, like, oh my God, why are you looking at that, reading that, whatever. They have the statements in front, that people put in. Well, again, this week, as I've always said, we're all playing the same course. We're all playing the same course on the same conditions. Whatever it is, it is. That's how I view it. I don't make any excuses of, oh, the course is too hard, it beat me. We're all playing the same course. So if I'm on a ranked system like we are on TGC Tours, if I end up in the top half or the top 25%, I'll get my tour card. It doesn't matter if the course is unfair. But again, the comment was not specifically course related, but it was like 4 rounds all under 60 is, yeah, that's real golf. It's a game, okay? Yes, would people execute that way in real life? No. But they execute that way here. So again, it's possible you can do it. So work at it, but grumbling about that, then stop playing if it's irritating to you that it's not realistic. I don't know.
Okay, back in the fairway. Let's set our sights on the green.
All right. So now I have made this point in some cases where it's like, oh, I don't do that, where I've tested. I'm really at the point that there's almost no situation where I'm not going to execute what they suggested we do here, which is high loft and high backspin. Because every time I've not, I found it's been the wrong call, and as you can see, it was the right call. It gets me right where I need to be. We're downhill. Wow, that moved a lot. Holy moly, that almost did not go. All right, double bogey. Bogey, par. We're moving in the right direction on this hole each round. So, good stuff.
Good luck. Par 5 ahead of us here.
And again, I know for some people that kind of self-talk, whatever the mental thing, it's corny. It doesn't work for them. They're like, you know, why? It's how I keep myself motivated. That's all I can say. So it might not work for you, but it's how I operate.
That'll work. Second shot on hole number 2.
Interesting. I might not be able to carry the bunker, so this may turn out to be, in essence, a poor decision, but I think it's mainly cross breeze and not really pushing me back too much. So we'll find out in a moment. Yep, I think we did carry it just enough. I mean, again, we hit the rough, but that's better than going way over and then being really far to the left. So once again, full back, and I've seen some people be able to like execute and pull these back together. They're clearly more talented than I am with coordinating both of their thumbs, but I tried that. The left goes everywhere, so, and then it kind of screws up my grip on the controller. So I get it takes a little longer. Sorry for that, but that's my process. All right, nice swing, and
look at here.
That's
nice
what
chip.
We want.
And this one's for bird.
Oh, wow.
So good.
I didn't look at my swing path, but so yeah. Didn't
This one's a par 3.
Didn't have a shot for an eagle there. No, wow. I'm just gonna leave it, because again, like, trying to really land it, if you're perfect, like, that is the shot you want. But do I do it? I mean, again, if I'm trying to be a real golfer, I want to be a real boy. I mean, that's the right shot, because that'll land near the pin. But ending up in the water just to prove a point seems stupid, because again, if I hit slightly fast or slow, you know, it might take off just enough that I don't get there. I don't know, like, it's a 10-mile-an-hour wind. All right, we're gonna do it. Okay, well, we executed. We're in the right direction with the fast, and it gets me closer to the pin. So,
Here's a putt from
like I said, that's the right shot. That's the shot the pro takes. So I need to, I guess, stop thinking I'm not a pro, right? Otherwise, like, what am I bothering for? It's going to move more than that. And I was wrong. It's not going to move more than that. Wow.
Here we go. 4 par.
All right.
This putt's good so
It
far.
may have not even moved as much
And that's
as I
a
had
par
set the
right
first
there.
time. So, wow. Yeah. So
Okay,
I
this
misread
one
that.
is a par 4. It's on the shorter end.
Okay, it is on the shorter end. Awesome. I was so worried I was going to forego the shot at this. Wasn't at the pin, though, sadly, but
Second shot on the 4th.
again, not a bad thing. So I'm going to go down a little bit less than all the way because I need an extra 4 yards. So I'm okay with a little more roll. Yeah, and
Here we have
glad I did
17
that and
putt.
didn't hold it up even more. Alright, the problem is if I go past it, it's all downhill. Ooh, big break.
Little tap putt here.
Big break right in front of the hole, but again, given the pin placement, I will take the par on that and gladly
Windy
walk
for my
away.
liking out there. Be careful.
Windy's good in this direction. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's going to be in the bunker, but I don't care. Again,
Okay,
it's
let's
just
get out of this bunker.
carrying the water is the mental block that I have more than anything else. So that is the thing I'm the demon I'm fighting. So I'd rather, wow, I pulled it back like, oh, I'm going to overdrive it.
Okay, here's our third shot.
Clearly, maybe the lie, because it was up the hill on the bunker a little bit, maybe that was what took some things off. All right, and we'll get this over there. Ah, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. No, it's pretty straight, although it's going to come a little off there. Not great.
This is potentially to save par.
It is potentially to save par.
It's getting there.
Okay.
That'll do.
Those are just like, again, I go back to Fairway to Heaven. One of the things they talk about with putting is one of the steps is clench. That's absolutely what was going on in that. So they're spot on, like I said. Six videos of their entire channel after being on YouTube for 3 years, I think it said. And they're all gems. So they've definitely been helpful. So thanks for the recommendation on that. Yeah.
Unsliced.
I knew in my head that I was wrong as soon as I finished the backswing. So I suppose that's progress in that, like, I know. Alright, I'm gonna go full on because, although I'm gonna, that'll be alright actually. Yes, I'm losing 7%, but when I'm gaining 50 yards, that's extra 7% is like 4 yards, so it's way better to go for the distance there than the alternative. Again, my experience, and this will be a good test if I can get a good swing off. My experience on the pitches is the wind kind of gets negated because you're basically almost shooting it straight on. It's a much lower loft. So we'll see. So in theory, this should get me pretty much near the hole, at least on the landing. And we'll never know because that happened. So
setting up here for your fourth.
That always ends up being my problem. Okay, I knew it'd be a little far, but it was the right shot. Okay, it's going to break off the blade a lot. All right.
Nice putt.
It didn't break off the blade quite as much as I set up for, but it ended up in the hole, so I made enough of the call.
Oh, man, you got a hold of that one.
I did. I was really worried about a slow. And that's, again, I think I need to, like, I know. Let me get rid of I think. I know I need to get that thinking out of my head. Because that is what, like, it just screws with your swing. I was going to use a much more profane word on that, but again, I always try to keep these kid-friendly, so will not use that word. Now I really want to use that word. No, I don't. I'm not that kind of golfer or whatever. But
Shot.
God, that stunk. That stunk. Let's be honest. I was in really good shape, and I blew it. These hurt.
So far,
That
so
kind
good.
of play just sucks
Good job on that one.
when I do that to myself. I mean, that just, so mad at myself.
Okay, let's see what we can do here on the 8th hole.
Okay. We will do that. Okay. I waited too long. I hesitated on the backswing.
Oh, that's too bad.
And then, obviously, yeah, rushed the forward swing. All right, this time we're sticking with it. Ah! I'm not entirely sure what I did there, other than I did not execute. All right. So we're gonna go back 24. Yeah, this is the right call. Okay, finally, my third shot is okay. You bastard.
Very nicely played.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Here is a look at our par putt. All right, pop a nice one out in the fairway on this one.
All right. I saved myself from myself. I may be now unsaving myself from myself, but with wind at me, I'm going to go with the driver on this hole for the first time. Okay, that's as executed as I could do it. All right, and it works out.
Setting up here about 105 from the pin.
All right, that is my shot there. So the one thing, and again, I suppose this is one, yes, comments are absolutely welcome.
And that will play. Thank you very much.
Worked with the power meter. Again, it's suggestions from folks to do that it'll help me be able to tell. What I did notice is the woods require a different time to get to 100%. They're faster than the other clubs. The power meter basically goes higher up to get to 100%, and so it's that split, extra quarter second or whatever it is on the irons. So there is a different set of timing with the irons and wedges than the woods on the power meter, and how long it takes for that to proceed. So love to hear feedback if I'm seeing that or understood that right from the power meter. I would say that didn't break at all, even though I thought it would, and I moved a little bit to the right. Again, luckily I didn't move enough that it became a lip attempt,
Left to right
and that I was just hoping for gravity and all that, because that's not a good way to play. Yeah.
It was a little bit off.
It was. Somehow I thought that tree was way closer than it was, but it's not. All right, again, it's 5%, so I'm absolutely going to go for distance. Go for distance over... Oh, we're going to end up in the rough. Wow.
That's unfortunate. Setting up here now.
That is unfortunate. All right. Let's say 13. So yeah, this should be it. I'm just not sure here. Not feeling it. All right, but there you go. That's kind of the test of, does the wind matter? I'm not sure. I think I'm right on the pitch, that I just ignore the wind and just aim and go from there. Alright, a little bit of this. It's downhill.
This one's on a good line.
Come on. Oof.
Nice putt in.
Almost drifted over to the right. So almost didn't aim enough, but it fell. So
here comes the 11th hole.
all right, lots of movement. Lots of movement. Crosswind, pretty strong there. Okay. I think it's gonna blow back. Yeah, we should be good. Cool. All right. Again, the no man's land where I must pitch. I'm gonna slow it down, slow it down. Again, pitch isn't gonna do much wind, so we'll just put it there. We got a little fast, so it'll bring it back to the hole. And
good shot.
Not bad, not bad.
All right, here we go for the birdie.
Almost wish I hadn't pulled back a bit. I don't know. Slight downhill, so should be okay with a regular power swing. Come on. I am getting really... I'm enjoying that right side of the cup. That has certainly become my preference. In my reads, it looks like.
Tailwind blowing with us on this one.
Oh, the danger and the agony. Oh boy. I'm being conservative. I hope I'm being conservative enough. 102, so that's good. We're not going to go nuts. All right.
To the left.
We are not at least in the water. That is the thing I need to avoid. Ooh, I don't know. This might be a better...
And that'll do.
Nope.
Grab your putter.
Nope, it won't be.
And from
It's just a slope, no matter what. All right, and I think... Yeah, it's uphill the whole way. Let's see. What's that going to turn into? Nope. Now that I'm closer, it's not online, but again, that's what I want. I want to be there where it's almost assured that I'll go in. And you can see, I still rolled to the right. As I said, I'm just not good enough on certain things. Alright. That should be the right shot. Okay, well, it's perfect and it's perfect. It's wow, that went over more than I thought, but I do like what I'm seeing here as well.
And here's our second shot on the 13th.
All right, I think I'm going to stick with the chip. I was half debating putting it, but no, we'll go with the chip. Very fast, doesn't help anybody.
This putt is measuring in at 11 feet.
It's a long way to go. Don't like it.
Well, the putt appears to be online.
Long way to go. Golly.
And currently sitting at 10 over par. Might need a bit more club. We got a headwind on this hole.
All right. This is a much more challenging spot. It's not as bad as back and to the right, where you're like really flirting with the water all the time. But this is a placement. Should be okay. Yeah, I think I'm fine. All right.
That approach kind of missed the mark a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, not
good luck on your second shot.
Not marvelous, but it's not bad. Well, it's not marvelous at all.
You've got this much left to save.
Another very fast. I need to get that chip timing better.
Awesome. That's a par. We'll take it.
We will take it, especially on this.
And currently sitting at 10 over par.
I'm going to call that, the 14th, the hardest hole on the course. For me, that's what it feels like.
Great swing.
All right. Way better than the frickin' disaster I had on this hole last round.
Okay, about 200 yards
Shanking
or
it
so
into
to
the
get from
water, so always a plus if I can avoid that. Okay, I need to be respectful of the wind. Oh, and the lie. Oh boy, oh boy. So this is the challenge. I mean, a long flight like this, 200 yards, it's a lot. Do I want to go up? I think I do. So we'll go up one. Yeah, well, is there water over there? There is. And we're going to get the ridiculous bounce.
Yeah,
that's how I ended up in the water last time.
This is our third shot.
Okay, going to shorten it up and slow it down for sure. Really? Really?
And this one's your fourth.
This is the crap we're doing? Alright, we're on,
Okay,
but
this
we're
one's
far
savable.
away. We're on, but we're far away. Downhill. Nope, did not break.
Oh, it's going right by the hole.
Did not break the way I was aiming.
On the scorecard. Looking good.
Okay.
That'll go down for the bogey.
Not the outcome I wanted on that hole, but it's the outcome I got.
To left cross breeze going on this
So
hole.
we don't always get what we want. You can't always get what you want. Right? Although I think the next lyric is, but you get what you need. I'm not sure that I got what I needed there either. So, maybe he's a liar.
Okay, we've got
Maybe
about
they're terrible
165
lyrics.
yards to go here.
Don't know. At this point, you're like, I didn't tune in to be music critic stations, so just stick with golf. So I'll try to do that. I figured it would be a bit. It wasn't terribly short. It actually got pretty darn close to pin high.
Putt is daunting, to say the least.
All right.
Hopefully we can this.
This is the one I had before. So I'm going to do that. Again, downhill. So I don't want to go too far. It should come back, but not enough. That still went.
To the cup.
That still went. Let's be honest. That went. No. Oh my goodness. Nervousness. All right.
And this holds a par 4.
It is that. Should be okay. We will find out. Swing path not great, but actually better than going the other way here. Yeah, I was worried with the rollout if I was going to be risking something, but
shot here on the 17th.
it worked out. Again, we'll do that. Okay, I need to execute. And we did.
Looks like you'll be putting.
I think pushing forward on the D-pad is what I did there. I think that's what changes the camera.
This one's
No, that broke a lot. Wow, that broke a lot.
This putt's tracking.
Almost.
There we go. In there.
Wow. Almost again blowing it. I am getting saved by cat whiskers here. My God.
See what you can do with that.
Okay, again, this is the right shot. Can I execute the right shot is always my challenge. So, again, 5 wood would have been way too frickin' far. That was already too far, so maybe the right shot was a 5-iron in hindsight, but that would have been really difficult. It's not going to go that far. What the hell am I thinking? Of course, I'm going to do that, and you know what's going to happen, right? No, I was right. It's not going to be anywhere near that far. Wow.
Right by the hole.
Jeez.
And 4 feet to go. And we're
All
done
right.
here.
Was worried I was going to overpower it and again come out, but under par round.
On behalf of myself
So,
here at HB
moving in the
thank you
right
very much
direction.
for the wrap. We'll see you next time.
It just remains to be seen how this is all going to play out. So overall, I will say, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I've done what I needed to do in the after the first round, you know, and not just continued the mental decline that, you know, whether it was the full reason of why I had challenges or not, but you know, the play was better. I don't know. I can't say for certainty what it was. I mean, certainly I was trying to keep myself in a better headspace. Honestly, you know, it just popped in my head. If any of you know, most of my videos a little bit stream of consciousness, so I'm going to say things, you know, I say things people call me out on, say, hey, stop doing that. You're being an idiot. You're being stupid. You're doing what maybe. You know, but again, it just popped in my head. For a high wind round, again, I'm certainly not going to take the time. I don't even know if it would be possible. But if I went back and played and looked at every high wind round I've ever played in here on the channel, I don't know that I've ever been under par on a high wind round. So, you know, that's what popped in my head. Like, you know, I mean, a -2, given the wind conditions we had, is that really that bad? I mean, I guess it'll remain to be seen. I'll see how other people do on their third rounds. You know, but the challenge too on the mental thing is, it's like, all right, well, I'm +11, I'm hanging on, and you know what I've been seeing on the scoreboard, because at this point, what's being made public are the first 2 rounds of people. I know the first round in qualifying, when I first looked, there was literally 1 person under par in the qualifying thing. Everybody was over par. And I think, again, there were only like 20 people. But, you know, literally it was like 5% of the golfers were under par that first round. Again, a lot of them weren't +12 that were over. There were definitely plenty of people below that. So I didn't set myself up well. But if they then played similarly, which I avoided, and they got another +6, +7 in the second round, like suddenly I've passed people up and I've done better, and so sticking through, but then the mental headspace it creates, and so it's probably a little good, because my plan was initially, I'll just get these rounds done together. I tend to play 4 straight through if I can, unless it really goes to hell, and I'm like, you know, I need to step away because I'm just flustered, I'm whatever, you know, I try to be cognizant of that, like I'm just not in a good space to do well, so I'm not doing myself any favors by forcing myself to try to have a good round when I'm just not in the headspace to do it. But contrary to that, I'm in a headspace to do it, but now I'm in that semi-giddy factor of I might have a shot. And I think that's the wrong thing too, and I think I've been told that as well. Like, I just need to stop pep talking myself in a way that the people who see me do it are feeling that it's causing me to play poorly, that I'm basically again creating that stress, and so I'm so on edge, like, oh, I'm there, I could do it, and then I have a horrendous round because I've put that stress on myself. And instead I need, what I really need is what that first par 5 in round 2 was, which I got an eagle and was like surprised because I had just played each shot and wasn't even paying attention to what kind of, if it was a par 5, a par 4, I was just focusing on each shot. And that is really probably where I need to be at more often than the big picture view of, ooh, it's a par 4 and I'm here, and I just need to compartmentalize into each shot. I was going to say each hole, but that's not right, into each shot. So that's where my head's at. But yeah, I do not have enough time to play the 4th round now, so I'm going to have to not do that. And I'm going to tell myself that I think that's a good thing, because like I said, I think it'll let me come back in and not be in that flow that I'm in now, where I've played these 3 rounds back to back to back. And like, ooh, I've turned things around, and look, my score has improved each time. I really have a shot here. And then I freak myself out that way. Wording is wrong, but you know what I mean. I basically mentally screw myself by entering into round 4 in that headspace. So I'm hoping this will be a good thing, that I'm stepping away, getting out of that in the moment feeling, and we'll be coming back to it at some point. I may not even do it today, because I've got some flight stuff I'd like to do. Doing some stuff offline, trying to compete in a tour board, and I'm just basically trying to get a pretty good head start on some folks. So I'm going to be doing a bit of that, and depending on how that goes and what that's feeling like, that may consume the rest of my day and maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But at this point, having 3 rounds in the books, that's good. I'll probably get the first round out here. You know what? I'm going to commit to folks. You're going to see the first round on Tuesday, which you're not going to know until Thursday when you hear this that I committed to that. But yeah, there should have been a round this morning, but because I was doing a bunch of flight sim stuff and testing and trying things out, that just, I didn't get around to playing. But it did let me see what other people had done and know that I had a tall road ahead of me, I thought, because some folks, really struggled with this, and it let me see the scores, 2 rounds of scores from people before I even started. So that may have also helped a little bit with the mental headspace, because I know a good amount of people have been having some challenges here. Again, on the actual tour circuit, because at this point, I know of 3 people that have commented on my channel, and I've been able to, I know who they are, and so I watched their progress on the boards. So at this point, I've got 3 different challenge circuits, because they're all in different spaces. One of the people that qualified this week, they immediately put them in H, so they are currently the kind of highest ranked player that I've had some consistent comments from. But I've been looking at that, and even at the higher areas, some of the folks are shooting close to par or a little over par, and whatever in some cases. So I think people are finding this course a bit of a challenge in general. So like I said, I'm hopeful maybe a plus 11 will do it. If I can at least maintain that or improve. And that is obviously always the goal. The goal is not to get worse. I have gone on long enough as always. If you've enjoyed this, haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider that. And I will see you next time.